Is that Bigfoot in the rough?
Don't blink or you won't see.
9 little endings, each one shown just once.
Miss it and it's gone for good, so keep your eyes up front.
They Googled it, they hunted it, they had to catch them all.
One shot, one chance, one moment on the ball.
Number 3,
Top 40 Classic.
paying attention matters.
Top 40 Classic.
All right, Kyle, take us away.
You bet. Most ETF ads play it safe. So do most media plans. Tiny went the other direction for Avantis investors. Their idea, media scarcity as message delivery. 9 commercials, 9 unique endings, each one shown exactly once during the American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament. Then, never again. The campaign was built around a single tagline: paying attention matters. That's not just a line, it's the difference between Avantis and most other ETFs. While competitors rebalance yearly, Avantis checks daily. Each spot opened identically. 2 golfers at a course called the Index ETF Club, where the fairway looks like the rough and the rough looks like deep woods. Then the twist: Bigfoot, Hansel and Gretel, wise guys with shovels, a park ranger breaking the fourth wall. No explanation. Viewers had to figure it out, recognize the pattern, stay tuned to collect the full set, clip spread. People hunted down the versions they missed. They Googled ETF ad with Bigfoot. Site traffic doubled. A brand with no awareness created a cultural moment by doing less, not more. At number 3, paying attention matters, from Tiny.
Tiny, congratulations.
Hey.
Very, very well done. I pulled 4 of them. I'm not going to say they were my favorites, but it's like, it's like saying which of my kids I love the most. That's my dog. No, I'm kidding. I joke. So let's start with, we're going to start with this one.
If you invest in index ETFs, your money may go untended for a year.
Aw, in the rough again. It's a bummer.
No, this is the fairway. That's the rough.
I say, is this the lost city of Bogeyland?
Nope.
Unlike index ETFs, Avantis tends to your investments daily. Avantis Investors by American Century Investments.
I want to play the second one, and then we're going to chat. Let me play this one.
If you invest in index ETFs, your money may go untended for a year.
Aw, in the rough again. It's a bummer.
No, this is the fairway. That's the rough.
Hey, you guys seen my ball? No? Nobody? Unbelievable.
Unlike index ETFs, Avantis tends to your investments daily. Avantis Investors by American Century Investments.
So we had talked about this campaign before. I think it was even before you had even gotten to it. You were very excited about it, deservedly so. So talk a little bit about the strategy and then some of the things along the way that surprised you, because this was up like a carny ride.
Yeah, I mean, the strategy revealed itself in the nature of what Avantis does and how they do it differently to everybody else. ETFs aren't new, but the way that they manage them is different. And we had to find something in there to just break through. And the premise that paying attention matters, because that's what they do differently to everybody, that just became the onus behind every spot, every single spot. But when the clients came to us and said, we need 2 or 3 spots, every year to fill the time, our counter was, how about 9? Right. To take that idea of attention and really make use of the media to say, every time you watch this, it's worth watching because something new is going to happen, as allegory for the product itself. And it was just, an absolute ton of fun to make. We cranked them all out in a single day shoot with an incredible cast, and everybody added something to it at every step of the journey. And it just got better and better. It was a lot of fun.
The client, American Century, they run this golf tournament. It's a celebrity golf tournament every year.
It's
some people know about it, some people don't. But it's
if you know.
Steph Curry won one year. Like there's big people in this thing, and it's kind of a fun thing to watch. It's a 2-day tournament, I think.
Lake Tahoe.
3-day. And then so every year they have this 11 minutes or something that we have to fill certain, and we've done it for 3 years now. And this year they came to us and they said, it's not for American Century, it's for Avantis, which is a different division. And it's a very specific thing about ETFs, which we had to learn about. And one of the great things about advertising and being in this business is you get to learn about new things and really get into them and learn about it. And once we did, we found this like, oh my God, what if a golf course, we connected it to golf because that's what we were filling the time with. What if a golf course didn't get checked every day and just they let it overgrow, which for the audience, they get all that. So it's very, very, very targeted, but it's also kind of fun because it just makes you go, wait, what's going on?
I think why we were so excited before we even put pen to paper on the spots is because we sold in the notion of taking 930s, right? We knew their inventory and we knew that they were also going to run some of our old work for American Century, which we were happy that they were going to do that again. So we didn't want to cannibalize all of it, right? But we wanted enough to make a statement. We hadn't even written the spots yet. We just knew what they were going to be. Everything had to be a metaphor. Everything was a metaphor, right? The golf course was clearly a metaphor for ETFs that aren't tended to, but the media buy was also a metaphor, leading right up into that last spot, which I'm going to give you.
I'm going to I'm going to play.
But the last.
Well, no, I'm going to play. I'm going to play them. I'm going to play two of them. So one back to back, and then we're going to get to the payoff.
Yeah.
So here we go.
I'll leave it at.
If you invest.
I just cut you off. Go ahead.
I'm good. Off.
You know what? Can I cut him off? Mike, what did you want to say?
That everything.
If you invest in index ETFs, your money may go untended for a year.
Aw, in the rough again. It's a bummer.
No, this is the fairway. That's the rough.
Take it from us. You are never getting out of there.
Not with that swing.
Okay.
Unlike index ETFs, Avantis tends to your investments daily. Avantis Investors by American Century Investments. If you invest in index ETFs, your money may go untended for a year.
Aw, in the rough again. It's a bummer.
No, this is the fairway. That's the rough.
Still on the front nine?
I'm gonna have to cite you for beating this joke to death.
That's fair.
Unlike index ETFs, Avantis tends to your investments daily. Avantis Investors by American Century Investments.
Okay, a couple of things here. Number one, and Kyle and I were in radio for a long time, and so building things that are modular are, it's great. It's nice to have something that you can have all these multiple payoffs on, but also that it's hard. I mean, in some ways you have it in your head that, okay, we think we're going to do it this way, and then the reality sets in. But I want to ask Laura and Janina. So, again, you have the same setup, the same premise, which I think, which when you like the first two, you're like, I see what's happening. There's going to be more and more and more of these. So Laura and Janina, from your side, when you were looking at this work, what really stood out to you in terms of, this is the same bit, but the payoff is different, and we liked it because of X, Y, and Z because Laura's in the UK.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to jump in. I'm a massive fan of the repetition and the serial. I think there's some great examples of it. You don't see it as much maybe as what you used to. I think conversations with clients, the time that we get to to work on things, managing what are always really, really tricky budgets, means that kind of creativity is a little bit more scarce. But I absolutely love it when I see it, and the fact that it was connected, the media and the creativity, and the fact you were filling the space around the golf. That for me was really magic.
I wish I knew more about golf to have some sort of a golf metaphor to add to the meta metaphor that's going on here. That's to be applauded. Love a metaphor loophole. It's freaking great. It's genius. So is media and creative working together. I mean, what a rarity that we don't see enough.
Oh my God. Right.
Big applause to that. And then lastly, on a performance note that we all know from being marketers, you got to tell audiences the message over and over for them to get it.
Right.
Silly to assume that they get it the first time. That's why media plans are built the way they are. This one broke from that and was like, you want to see performance? We're just going to keep saying this message a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different times. And that is to be celebrated. Congrats.
Yeah.
And never again, which was also brave for them because they knew it was, they don't advertise the rest of the year. They have the spots. They can certainly put them up on YouTube, which I think they do, but they don't put any money behind it.
Right.
This is the right? So, I mean, kudos to them. And I wish Wiley came today.
Yeah, Wiley Kane is our client, and Eric Schneeberger is our client, and they are a big part of this. And Wiley especially. I've worked with Wiley since Kirschenbaum Bond and Partners in the 90s.
Wow.
And she gets, and we had media and creative together, so she comes from that, and like that should be how every client is, because media and like, how can you separate them? I don't understand how you separate them.
We did for a long time, decades, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
Yeah,
Laura.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think that we've been saying this all week. And to Laura's point about this work being so strong, a lot of like all of this work, it's a testament to a marketer and a CMO understanding trust your agency. Yes. Trust your agency, for the love of God and baby Jesus. It's like, honestly, you might not understand what they're saying, but like if you get so deep into minutia, you are absolutely going to lose the plot. And so the other thing I will say is, if you are a CMO or a marketer who is like super numbers performance, cool, love that. But take a moment to go to the left side of your brain and understand a little bit about some of the process of creativity and the reactions of genuine human beings and the importance of that. So again, I think this just keeps, it's trust. And when a marketer and CMO trust their agency, some really great things can happen. Now, I'm not like Mr. Blue Sky all the time, but with a little bit of South Jersey. But I will say that it doesn't happen all the time, and that's okay. If you are a really good partner and you trust each other, you're going to figure out what the next step is going to be together. So kudos to this. So one quick thing: qualitative, quantitative data and like results.
Well, I mean, there was no KPI to it.
No, I know, but like, even anecdotal. I mean, qualitative. I love qualitative.
They got a ton of talk from their financial advisors. They got a ton of excitement internally, and they doubled their web traffic in the space of these 3 short days.
Right.
Yeah.
And Doug, I think when you talk about trust, I don't think you can really talk about it enough. Wiley was first my client at E-Trade when I was at RGA. She came to us. They were our first client, and we were doing a small project for them. And she said, "Do you want to do TV?" And we're like, "Yeah." And at every turn, and this is the third time they're back with us this year. We're editing new spots now. We would bring work, and there would be questions as to can you really do this? And Mike's answer typically was hold my beer, but like in getting the information across, as you were saying,
he had 2 beers in his hand.
Yeah, hold my beer. In getting that information across, our philosophy was sort of like, we'll give you 15 seconds of business, you give us 15 seconds of fun to really get that story going.
The mullet,
right?
Yeah. This is a front party in the back, baby.
That's right. I learned that on Subway. Like one of the most difficult clients prior to us working with them, not because they're difficult people, it's just difficult QSR, right?
Sure.
We got out. We were like, I'll tell you what, 30 seconds. We will give you 15 seconds of food porn, but you got to give me the other 15. And it was beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
For that run. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations.
Yeah.
The bronze medal.